Your first hit was called what?
Blackout.
Blackout, and that did very well.
Yeah.
Dave drives a Mercedes, ladies and gentlemen. He's rich. He is rich. All right, what's up? I'm Tall. I'm your host for this new show called What the TRUFF. I got my good friend Dave here.
What's up?
He's a good friend of mine, kind of like a little brother. Dave has many stories that we're gonna talk about, but Dave loves to cook in the kitchen. So today, we're gonna be doing some storytelling, and Dave is gonna be cooking and storytelling.
Multitasking master.
Multitasking,
I'm a master at it.
I can do that and talk on the phone.
Yeah.
So let's get going over here. Dave, what are we gonna be doing today?
Well, you have a lot of like random things out here right now. Like there's some olives, there's some bananas.
Yes.
We got wasabi edamame. But I think, like, looking at it and what's gonna be the easiest and the most fun, let's do some tacos, bro.
Tacos are good because you can never fail with tacos.
You can't.
Even if you're the worst chef, which you might be.
Which I might be.
I think we're gonna hit a home run over here.
All you gotta do is put stuff in there and wrap it up, and then it's
exactly,
good.
and it's good.
It's good.
You just gotta have one ingredient in there that takes away all the
bad stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We're gonna
At least we're on the same
overpower it.
page.
All right. First thing I think I'm gonna do. There's some little Vienna sausages.
Okay.
We're gonna chop these up real quick.
Okay. Cool.
You know
so
what
Dave,
I mean?
where are you from?
I'm from Westminster, Colorado.
Okay.
Yep. Lived there till I was like 18. Then
Is that close to Denver?
It is really close to Denver. It's basically in between Denver and Boulder.
Do you know Shotgun Willie's?
Yes.
That place is amazing for adults.
That was a place where, like, when we were in high school, like, it was always like, oh, like, this dude went to Shotgun Willie's last night. He had a fake. He got in there. It was like a legend.
Yeah.
Like,
Shotgun Willie's is a place for adults. It's kind of like Disneyland, but it's only for adults. So how did you start out in the music business, Dave?
So I kind of like just grew up like all around music. Like my dad was like he played bass in like jazz bands and like kind of like light rock. So like I was always from like a really young age, like seeing him play guitar. And then when I was like 8 or 9, I was like, all right, I'm ready for the guitar now. I just continued through high school, and then right after I graduated high school, I was introduced to like electronic music.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed my whole perspective on how you can make music, you know what I mean? Because you know, when you're younger, it's like we need the drummer, we need the bass player, we need the guitar, we need all this stuff, and then electronically you can just make it all yourself, and it's like.
So you knew how to just call it music machines? You knew how to use all that?
No, so my friend had a computer, and he wouldn't let me use it a lot, but I'd wait till he goes to work, and I would log in, and like I was just kind of teaching myself, and I knew like how to play all those instruments prior. I played drums, guitar, bass, so like once you have an understanding of that, it's kind of like, okay, how do I program it? And just trial and error, and I made a song, like a complete song, and I was like, all right, like I did it, sick. And then I just kept going after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Dave was in a band, the name is called Breathe Carolina, which my younger brother Tommy is a part of that group as well.
The Coops.
The Coops, Tommy Coops. But it used to be a full band. You guys were like a real band, and then now it's just you and Tommy because you guys became DJs, but like, why did it go from band to just DJs now?
Well, it's kind of interesting because the way we started, like, it was always very electronic, you know what I mean? But we would have those live elements live. So like, we would do like Warped Tour, and where we were kind of surrounded by bands. So we were like, well, we gotta portray the most of a band that we can. And after a while, like, you know, we were still making all of our music like very electronically. And we just like, you know, we kind of saw the scene changing a little bit. How we wanted to do things was changing a little bit, and we just like sat down and had a serious talk, and we were like, let's just full blown go this route.
Right.
And we kind of like, you know, there's a lot of people at first were like, you guys are gonna start like double dipping because you're gonna do this and try to do this. No one's gonna take us seriously.
But people wouldn't take you guys seriously in the beginning.
Exactly.
Right?
And it took a long time, and we waited, and we turned down things that we would have done in the past, but we were like, if we're gonna do this seriously, like we gotta go for it. You know what I mean? We gotta like actually do it and not halfway do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then ever since then, like, you know, me and when Tom joined, we both had the same mindset. We had the same work ethic. We had the same like ideas for where we could take it. And once you get like another person that's on your same level, like the sky's the limit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So Breathe Carolina has also gone platinum a few times. That usually means you sell about 1 million records or 1 million singles. It's a big deal in the music industry.
Yep.
Kind of impossible to do these days. Your first hit was called what?
Blackout.
Blackout, and that did very well.
Yeah.
Dave drives a Mercedes, ladies and gentlemen. He's rich. He is rich. You drive a Mercedes, you're rich. Doesn't matter what year it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what year it is.
Yes.
It's a 94, but
It's
it's
a 94.
nice.
I like
it's
it.
Nice.
I like it. It's got rims.
Yeah, it's got rims.
You got 15s on it. So how did that come about? That first like hit for you guys?
So we had a couple albums before that too that like, so we built like a really solid fan base, just kind of like, you know, really unique kids would always come because we were unique, and it was
Which a lot of people don't have that these days. These days people just want to blow up. They don't want to put in the work.
They don't understand that like, you know, like the mainstream, like if you have a song on the radio, like doesn't mean you have fans.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I think a lot of bands go for that, like we need to be on the radio because then that's gonna bring the fans. And it truly starts from the fans first.
Right.
You know what I mean? It has to be people that are calling the radio stations, et cetera, et cetera. So we had a good fan base going. We had everything there. We went in the studio and we legit were just like messing around. It was the first song that we had made for that album.
Okay.
And we did it in like a day. Like we wrote the whole song basically in like 3 hours, and then, you know, mixing and mastering after that. But it was the easiest song, ended up being like our biggest
Biggest
one.
song ever, yeah.
And then after that we killed ourselves for like 2 years trying to
Make that-
yeah. You just need to make another Blackout. I'm like, dude,
If I could,
if I
I would.
could, you know. I use these Vienna sausages, which, you know, may be weird, but I'm kind of using them as like a bacon.
Okay.
That's why I put them in there first with the hot oil, get them a little crispy.
I like that.
And then I threw the beef on top, and now these are garlic and onion flakes.
Right.
So we're just
But I
gonna,
forgot to give you real onions.
yeah, but you know what? The
This
weirder the
works.
better. Yeah, this works.
This
So we're
works.
just gonna add a little bit of that. Usually with taco season, like, you know, when I'm making tacos at home, like I'll use like cumin and chili powder and like all kinds of other stuff to season the tacos. But since we don't have that, I think I'm gonna use a little bit of truff as kind of my, you know how like ground beef tacos, like it's kind of like the beef is not like a mixture, but it's kind of thick, like there's
Yeah.
like a sauce with it, and
Yeah.
usually that you mix the seasonings with water,
Absolutely.
creates that like paste. So we're just gonna use that. We're just gonna use the truff, baby.
Okay, that's the hotter one. That will open your nostrils.
Are you a hot guy?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
I'm a real hot guy.
Are you though?
Yeah.
You know, people say that, and then I'll go to dinner with them, and
Bro.
they
There's-
can't hang.
I've only been tapped out one time. We were in Thailand, and everywhere I go, I'm like, give me as spicy as you can. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, just as hard
Give
as
me
you
the
can
10.
go. Give me the 10. Give me the 10. Never been tapped out.
Thailand.
Thailand. So they use these like crazy little like black peppercorns, and I'm like, I'm not afraid of anything. Like
Right.
at this point,
I'll
and
try it.
we were at dinner, and bro, it was so brutal. Like it was like a wasabi spicy kind
Yeah.
of, but you also had like the burning
Open
tongue
you up.
sensation. I was wrecked. I was like, all right, that's the first time I got
Wow.
tapped out. All right, I think I'm gonna let this sit for a sec.
Okay.
And then, so you know, a little bell pepper. You take the seeds out and this weird like stem thing that's in there.
How was the pandemic when everything first started for you and Tom? Like, because you guys travel a lot.
So it was really like kind of scary. I remember we had a bunch of international shows, and like me and Tom, like, and probably anybody that's in a band, like we kind of live outside of like the real world because like they're like, oh, something's going on. We're like, oh shit, like I don't even know.
Well, we're booked till 2024.
So, you know, yeah, I was like, oh, I gotta go to Japan tomorrow, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, after like, people have been talking about it, but we kind of were just still just in our own little world. And all of a sudden, our manager called us and like, yo, we have to reschedule some of your Europe shows. The Asia festivals have been rescheduled, but the Asia club shows are still on. So we're like, cool. And I remember talking to Tom and we were like, I was like, dude, no way are they gonna start canceling US shows. You know, like 2 days later, we got the call that one US show was canceled. Then an hour later, you know, they canceled these two too. Then 3 hours, and at started the morning, at the end of the day, everything was canceled.
Wow.
And that was like all we knew for so long was like playing shows. That's
Right.
where most of our money came from. That's where, you know, that's how we survived as like dudes.
And now your guys' wives have to work for you.
Yeah, and it's like, so when it first started, like it was scary. Like we didn't know what we were gonna do. And for the first, you know, couple weeks, we were kind of just sitting there like, maybe it's just gonna last for 2
Right.
weeks, and then we're gonna redo the shows, and the world's gonna. And then, you know, after a month, after 2 months, we were like, okay, we don't have shows. They're not coming back. What are we gonna do? And you know, we've always been kind of those guys that like, things get weird, like you just gotta
Figure it out. You and Tom are like the kings of that, which I've always respected. So what was next? Like I know, let's fast forward because you could talk about it for hours.
Yeah.
You guys are now on lockdown.
We're on lockdown.
You guys are making music or not really?
Yeah, we are making music, but we kind of got in like a weird headspace because, like, I think the thing about like playing live shows and making music is like, you know, making music, doing all the kind of behind the scenes stuff is.
Turn this on.
Yeah, I'll turn it on. Thank you. Is you know, it's dope. We love doing it, but you kind of get a reward of like playing the shows.
Right.
That's like you do all the work, you do all like the not boring stuff because music is fun, but like, you know, all the other stuff, and then at the end of the week you go to play a sick show, and that's kind of like your reward. But we didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it kind of like. It just put us in this weird headspace, like, all right, what do we do to get that feeling back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And after 3 months, and they were like, we have no idea when shows are coming back. We kind of were like, all right, like, we need to keep moving forward, you know, so let's see what we can do. And weirdly enough, we met a couple guys on stock Twitter that do stocks.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing.
And Tom had talked to them and reached out to them, and they wanted us to be on their podcast. And then he became really good friends with them. After a while, I became really good friends with them, and we just entered this whole new world of trading stocks because in lockdown, you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, but you can be online, right? So it's like, all right, let's figure out how to make money doing this. I'm just gonna
you put Tommy into, you know, a room to not do anything. He's gonna figure life out real quick.
Yeah, I think we were scared in a way because it was scary at first. You know what I mean? Like everything was up in the air, nobody knew. I'm just draining this the grease off the meat here.
So real quick, you're draining your meat?
Yeah, so because it's you know, ground beef has a lot of fat in it, so you get a lot of just grease going on in there. And I use too much olive oil, which is my bad, but so now you just put on paper towels, let it chill for a second.
Sausages smell really good.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna drain the meat. I'm just cooking up these peppers a little bit. I chopped up some tomatoes.
Okay.
I had an idea after I saw this. What do you think about pita bread tacos?
I love that.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a gyro or a
Are you gonna like hollow them out? Like
I think I'm gonna hollow it out because it's a little thick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. Here, you know what? Let me do something.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Because I'm a cook.
You are.
Yeah.
So what the hell am I doing?
You know, I just want to talk though and see what you bring to the table.
I love it.
You know,
man.
like growing up, Tommy and I used to like we'd put pitas just like we think we were chefs, so we would always like just put pitas like this.
Yeah.
And just turn them over.
It's a really good way to do it.
It's actually a really good way to do it.
Yeah.
It actually tastes really good.
Makes it nice.
That little burnt flavor.
Yeah.
All right. While Dave's doing nothing, I'm just gonna hollow this out because we talked about making these as tacos.
Yeah, you know, because like with the taco, like you don't want like a whole lot of the wrap. Yeah.
So totally. You know, we made pretty much little tacos right here.
We cut our calories in half.
That's a great idea, Dave.
We cut the calories and the carbs in half.
And then what we'll do, I'll move this over so everyone can see, is we'll throw these on real quick. We'll get a nice little crisp thing going on over here.
I have
garlic flakes.
I got garlic flakes, which I'm gonna add into these beans.
You know what's cool is I usually
got some Cheetos?
Yeah. I mean, I love Cheetos.
I do too.
It was good. I think you should probably throw this on.
Throw it on what?
I don't know how you would do it, but.
The Cheetos?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
It's good. It'd probably be good.
We can crunch them up. We can crunch them up.
Crunch them up, kind of like sprinkle it up.
I think, because whenever I'm cooking beans at home, I like to do like beans like kind of spicy. You know what I mean? Like like spicy little beans. And since you like spicy, let's chop these up and mix it in the beans.
Okay, okay, Dave's a chef, ladies and gentlemen. Dave is a chef.
We're about to crunch these bad boys up.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of I saw Flaming Hot Cheeto like dusted ice cream the other day.
Dusted ice cream.
Yeah, it was like an ice cream cone, but it had Flaming Hot Cheetos around it. It's one of those weird things where you're like, it's probably disgusting, and then you eat it and you're like, it's probably delicious.
Yeah. Maybe we should put some more.
You don't, all right.
Let me get in.
Yeah, get in there, bro.
It's like a cool little,
I keep crunching them over here.
You know, and then you just get in there.
Yeah, it's like spicy beans. You know what I mean? With the
turning red a little bit.
I got some
put
tomatoes.
This on one more time just to get that heat going.
Yeah,
again.
get them. How about you like avocado?
I do like avocado.
All right, let's
I don't
do
know
a little.
A lot of people like avocado, but I kind of have avocado every morning.
Dude, I love a good avocado.
Right? I need an avocado tree.
We can dust it with the Cheeto dust, bro.
Yeah. I I like that. Oh man, I see what you did. You know what you could do is a little bit of this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. We just slice it up. We slice it up.
That's actually, we just created something. An avocado Cheeto.
All right, so.
Let's get it.
Bro, I think we're ready to.
Are we ready to go?
I think we're ready to start this up.
Whoa.
All right, so we got 2 tacos.
Yep.
We got to get the meat. We got the meat with the little sausages in there.
Okay.
They create like
Mini
a
dogs.
like a fat.
Sausages.
You know what I mean? All right, then we're gonna do some beans.
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
Hope these are hot enough. Oh yeah, we're good. These are hot.
I see them making noise.
We got the flaming hot Cheeto beans. Beans are a good like added layer, but too many beans wrecks it. You ever get too many beans like at Chipotle?
Yeah.
And you're just like flinging them out.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell's going on here? Some peppers on there, bro.
Okay.
I'll probably just grab these with my hand too. Cheeto crusted avocado.
The Cheeto Cado.
The Cheeto Cado, bro. That looks good.
Okay.
This
Oh, wow.
cheese is kind of like, you kind of just crumble it up, you know what I mean?
Crumble the cheese up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of like a interesting cheese. It's kind of like wet, but it's like
Wet
this.
cheese.
We got our tacos. There's really only one thing left to do. We have a few different truff sauces over here.
Yes.
What is your favorite one out of these?
I would say the best one to me is probably our newest one, which is the hotter white truffle one. So look, we have 2 of them. You could go with the red hotter. I'll go with the white hotter.
Okay.
Or you.
I mean, I gotta do both.
You gotta do both.
I gotta do both.
Yeah.
All right, man. Here,
All right,
sauce
let's do
yours
it.
up,
Yeah,
bro.
let's
So
sauce
we're
it up.
using the brand new one.
Sauce it up. Yeah, this is the white hotter truffle sauce.
Yeah, dude, sauce it. Sauce it up.
The best part about Truff hot sauce is if you're not a good chef like Dave, you just pour truff everywhere.
You just pour truff everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Literally everywhere, and it takes over.
So let me give this a go. Even
All
though
right.
Dave just created something amazing with this pita thing that I had never even thought of until right now. So I'm gonna give it a go.
Do I go first or you go first?
All you want. This is really good.
Is it?
This is really good.
That's nice. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself here.
You're pretty good, dude. I mean, out of 10, I'm gonna give this like an 8.
All right. I like that.
It's good. Guys, thanks for tuning in. This is What the Truff. I'm Tall, Dave Schmitt of Breathe, Carolina, and Wall Street, Denver.
Thank you for having me, bro.